All right, it's time for an archaeological exercise. We are going to find an assemblage, and we are going to classify it. We are going to sort it by various kinds of means. All right. This is the bag of Andy, and we are going to dump it on the table.
It's a lot of stuff in the bag.
So, good God. And you are going to try this at home, so watch carefully. So, this is our assemblage. I'm gonna let you do a first sort on this, and I'll see if I can figure out what principles, what criteria you used to make this classification.
Okay.
Go.
Done.
This is weird.
This is weird.
I thought you had it was going to be sort of a functional, okay, we got computer, electronic things, but then you've got a plug over here. I thought this was garbage, but the plug doesn't look broken, and it looks like there's some garbage over here. All your writing implements over here, you got a lot of paper, but you got something financial, but then your money is over here. I don't even want to comment on that. Hat? I can't remember.
Want me to explain it to you?
Please do.
Okay, so these things are things that are stressing me out. And so we have checks, because checks are not really money, because I only use them when I'm paying people money, which I don't have. Latin, which I don't know as well as I should. Schoolwork. These are things that I enjoy to communicate with. So computers, this plug, which is how I travel with my computer, a hard drive, which has all of my data on it. So things that I like. These are things that I sort of look forward to. So we have travel stuff, tickets from the Amtrak when I was going to the airport, a hat, which I use when I'm traveling so my head doesn't get wet, things like that. And this was miscellaneous trash, basically. So meaning, how I feel about the things in my bag.
That's an amazingly interesting sort, amazing classification to use. Difficult for archaeology. I mean, if an archaeologist dug this up and Andy's been dead for 500 years, it's going to be somewhat difficult to sort of get back to the meaning. Now, that doesn't mean we don't have to think about such issues. It doesn't mean we shouldn't try to get back into the way people thought, their cognitive processes, the things they cared about, that they believed in, but it ain't that easy. So, all right. What's going to happen now is we're going to do a different sort, and then we're going to ask you to take a look and guess what criteria did we use? What lies behind the choices that we're about to make? All right? So. All right. What do you think? Yeah, it's probably fairly clear. We went by color. We've sorted the brown hues, dark hues, yellow, goldy, well, that's not quite. Bluey, silver, blue plus silver, light, white. Now, obviously, these aren't clear-cut categories. In some cases, this is blue and white. This is blue and silver. The coin is blue and gold. But it's a preliminary way of organizing. Now, is this particularly helpful to the archaeologist? If I looked at this and said, I'm going to figure out Andy from this, does this tell me the most information I could possibly get?
I hope not. No, not really.
Yeah. Okay. So, color, one option, and is sometimes quite useful. For example, in sorting pottery, color is often, an element you want to bring into the sort that you make. But maybe in this case, not so much. All right. So we'll try another one. All right. What do you think this is? What have we done here?
We've sorted by material.
Materials. So what have we got? Paper?
We've got paper, we've got mixed materials, so things that have metal, plastic, wires, like a computer. Fabric, again, my hat, and metal, although I guess that's got metal and
Metal and
glass,
plastic,
actually.
hybrid,
And plastic.
and whatever.
And graphite inside the plastic.
So again, mixed sort of mixed materials, but very rough classifications. Now, again, how helpful?
This is more how archaeologists sort things. And so you send your lithics to your lithic specialist and your
Right.
pottery to your pottery specialist.
Right.
So archaeologists do classify things usually first by materials.
Right.
Looking at this, it doesn't look like it's very helpful.
Right. But as Andy says, if you have an expert in paper, and then you'd go through, and it wouldn't just be, oh, this is a piece of paper. It's like, oh, this is a letter to your mother. Oh, you good boy. Or Post-its, or his credit card, or his travel, whatever, his Latin, his napkins. We would be able to take this body of material apart and learn more about Andy and his life from taking a closer look. But the initial sort creates that body of data, and so on and so on. Now the trick, of course, is to bring all these things back together at the end, so it's not like we just look at the paper and we throw the rest away, or we just keep the metal and we throw the rest away. So we break apart our assemblages to investigate them further, to ask them questions, but then we have to put it all back together. Right. One last. All right. Ooh. What do you think? What was our sort this time? What were our criteria? Money? Well, what was our criteria?
Our criteria this time was function. So we have money, checkbook, expense claim, envelope from paying in money at the bank. We have clothing. Again, the hat seems to be alone. Well done. We have correspondence, so stamps, letters, things for writing. Fun, so travel information, flight receipts, train tickets, playbill. Electronics, self-explanatory, and schoolwork. So notebooks, Latin, things for taking notes. Oh, and over here we have superstition. I don't know what the function of that is.
It's ritual.
Souvenirs, ritual.
Souvenirs, ritual, kind of goes with fun. Again, blurry boundaries in some cases, the fun, and also work. But also, again, it gives us a handle on, you can look at this and get more of a sense in some ways of Andy's life and what he's up to, spending money, working, having fun, writing his mother, and exhibiting extremely bad taste. So, right, take your hat.
Right.
All right. Now you are going to try this at home. So you can empty out your bag, your knapsack, you can empty out a drawer, just anything, any assemblage that you have. And you can play with these different sort of categories, try these different forms of classification, and figure out what can we learn from looking just at the material objects.